So in this video, I cover two things. How I chop and drop my plants, and for a better yield and thicker crops, how I use the new moon. So, come on! Well, I've shown these before, but for those of you who don't know, this is what my garden looks like. First I drew it together like this, and then I identified where I wanted all the fruit trees, peach, persimmon, peach. You can see there pawpaw, nectarine, pear, apple, plum. I'm at the garden right now, and here they are. Yeah, apple, pear, plum. So this little arch right here is this little arch right here. We're going to be working on this island right here, and only this little corner right here, starting from the nectarine down. This is what we're going to clear in this video. So just so you have a visual, I have all these islands. I have more, but these are the ones that I mainly work on. 1 island, 2 islands, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 behind all these. So that you get a perspective as to how much work there really is left in my garden to clear before the winter comes. So I start right here where the magnolia tree is. And all around the magnolia, I have perennials, except for the zinnias, of course. There are no weeds, as you can see. There are no weeds. And I think the reason why there are no weeds on this corner is because these trees, all the trees around them, shade this little area. But as I come around this other corner right here, all my herbs are choked. They're being choked by a lot of these weeds. So this is where I'm going to concentrate, on that side and on this side, coming around to the other corner where there's so much grass, so much weeds. I'm going to pull all these weeds from these and show you how I have to cut all these bushes, prune them with the moon cycle that is only a couple of days away. So here we go. Comfrey. You've heard me talk about comfrey. If you see it here, you would think, oh my goodness, my whole yard is going to be filled with comfrey. And that's good. It really is good. You chop it small, you let it go all over your yard, underneath your trees. This humongous nectarine, it has its own comfrey right there. That's going as deep as 10 feet. But the babies that come out of this comfrey, I can just pull them out and share them with my neighbors, give them to people that need it, or just chop it and drop it all around my garden. So comfrey. This is my forsythia bush, which flowers early in the spring with beautiful, beautiful yellow clusters of flowers all around it. I cut it now because it has no more flowers, and I could cut it 2 or 3 times with the new moon. Here's another one of those. the new moon brings forth tremendous growth. So I cut it. I know this looks barbaric, but I cut it pretty low. I want to keep it into a bush. I also bring everything that the droppings, and I chop and drop all the cuttings from every single one of the bush right there where I cut it. I will drop it. This is what it looks like now. Once it rains, we're due to get some rain here pretty soon. We're not going to wet it. It rains so much here, it should wet it, and then it will, you won't even see it. I do want to let you know, all these zinnias are still there. I mean, I guess I could cut them. I have so many zinnias. Take a look at all those. And these are all going to volunteer next year. However, I'll leave them for now. This tree right here, which is a pear, this one right here, is not doing so good. It will need to be moved. The tree behind it is a pawpaw, and I'm not cutting that tree. That's also 3 years old. It's taken me a while to make it nice and thick. So the rest of the trees though, however, this is a plum, a pear, no, a plum, an apple, a pear behind these nectarine. All these will be cut and pruned next year, starting spring, just before spring. And after the snows, they're gonna get cut because it's way too high, and I just didn't have time to cut it this season because I cut it with the moon cycles, and the moon cycle is here right now, the next couple of days. So let me show you what else we cut. Prune them nice and round, the spirea and that one right there. It needs it. And I am going to continue doing every single one of the comfreys and dropping it right where it is. Even though these were chopped and dropped right there. Chopped and dropped right where it is. This is about 5 days after the new moon. And look at the new growth. Even right here on the comfrey that I chopped all the way to the ground. You saw me. This bush, it's getting all lime green. That's all new growth. See underneath the pawpaw, all the green that's coming out. That's the comfrey. And it's tremendous what the moon cycle can do. How it can just bring forth the new growth of everything. So if you chop or if you prune whatever bush, look at this one. Look at all the lime green growth. The new moon really, really works. And I have just proven it right there. This is a new growth that comes out when the plant sprouts after you cut it. All the new growth. It comes forth faster with the new moon. All that is new growth that came as soon as I cut it just before the new moon. Once the new moon comes out, it brings forth all this growth. And this is what the corner looks like now. Bye-bye. And as always, hit the bell, like, share, and subscribe.